Hello everybody! Today we're going to unbox, take a close-up look and test the Love Nest double automatic watch winder. So let's first take a look around the outside of the box. And now let's go ahead and open it up. And as you can see at the very top, there is some papers in a Ziploc plastic pouch. So we can go ahead and set that to one side first and come back to that shortly as we go ahead and remove the rest of the contents from the box. Okay, and voila, there is a box inside. And let's just make sure that there's nothing else left in there. Let's set this box down and just make sure there's nothing hidden on the underside of the base foam packaging. So that's the box emptied out onto the tabletop right here. And now let's start off by first taking a look inside this Ziploc pouch or bag. So first of all, out from the pouch, there is a user manual or instructions in both English and German. So it is printed on an A4 sheet of paper, and it shows the winding modes or operating modes of the watch winder. So there are 4 turning modes, as you can see, and on the reverse side, of course, in German. Okay, so let's set that down and check out the rest of the contents from the package. So there is a cream-colored microfiber cleaning cloth, and let's set that down as well. And moving on to the final item from inside the Ziploc bag. And what do we have here? We have a card with some contact information for Love Nest. Okay, so that's the pouch emptied out. And moving on to the next item is this little box here, and it's more than likely that it's going to be the power adapter. So let's go ahead, open it up and remove the contents. So it is a power adapter. No surprises there. So a 3-pin UK power adapter with a DC plug or connector, and I'll go ahead and undo the cable tie and show you the cable length for the power adapter. So this always requires some level of mastery to undo. And as you can see, quite a nice length of cable there. Alright, so that's the power adapter that we've just taken a look at. So let's set that down. I'm going to reorganize a little bit so it makes it easier for everyone to view what's coming up next. Okay, so the final item from the big brown box is this smaller white box. And let's go ahead and open it up, of course. Just looking around it, plain white box. And that's the Loveness double automatic watch winder in a cotton bag. Let's see if we can lift it out from the box right there without too much drama, given that I'm quite overstretched here with the tripod and camcorder in the way. But nonetheless, we've just done it. And we can put that white box in the background right there. And pop the watch winder out from its cotton bag. So nice little unboxing process here, lots of things to open up and undo. And now we can go ahead and, of course, undo the sticky tape. That's holding the foam packaging together. And voila, that's the Loveness double automatic watch winder. And of course we've unboxed a very similar, if not identical, or nearly identical Loveness double automatic watch winder in the same style. But the difference is, with this style, the interior design of the box, or color I should say, is black instead of what we've previously unboxed, which was a ivory colored interior. But the exterior remains the same, with a nice high gloss piano finish. So it is thickly lacquered with a mahogany type wood grain or color. And let me just move that canvas or cotton bag from the background to one side. So there we go. Nice look now at the Loveness double automatic watch winder. So it does have a very tough polycarbonate window, And of course it does have its... I've done this with the last video as well. The lid pops out. Obviously you're not supposed to turn the watch winder upside down like that. So let that be a warning to you guys. Holding it upside down, let me turn it right way around again and give you a proper look around the watch winder. So as you can see, it is a cube or square type watch winder with a nice big window display at the top. And it has a very high shine, highly lacquered piano finish on its wood body, and on the underside 4 clear soft plastic feet, along with a battery compartment. So let me be careful with the holding the lid at the top down. So there we go, showing you the battery compartment. So it can be powered by both 2 C-size batteries or through the mains power supply using the supplied power adapter. So it plugs right in there at the rear, and there's a switch right next to it. And now we can take a look at the inside, and as you can see, with the lid, a little bit of oopsie just now, there is no marks on the very tough and durable high gloss lacquered finish. So last time I actually dropped the box on its top in the video, and then we checked, there were no marks at all. So it is a very, very thick lacquered finish, so you don't have to be concerned about scratches or marks appearing on the exterior of the watch winder. So as you can see, this time around with this Loveness double automatic watch winder, the interior is black instead of the previously unboxed ivory colored one. So the black remains consistent even with the pillows as well. So showing you a pillow there. And hopefully I don't lose my thumb in the background. So I have to keep the watch winder tilted or leaning back. And there is a packet of silica gel or desiccant to keep the watch winder dry in its shipping state. So always save that for some other purpose and keep it away from children. Okay, so 2 cushions there. Just let me pop the other one out. There we go. Okay, so they are, just let me show you, quite stiff, but nicely padded. And just to show you the control knob on the inside of the watch winder. Of course, this turntable does turn, and it's nice to see that it does not shake or is not loose. So there are 3 turning modes as marked around the base of the control knob. And obviously we have not powered the watch winder up yet, so there is no action at the moment, but we will see it in action very shortly. So what we're going to do is pop a couple of C batteries in there and test it out in the battery mode. So very simply close the lid, and the size C batteries I do have there. Now obviously it's a bit of a maneuvering or juggling act here, given that I am stretching myself a bit here and then having to juggle handling the two objects at the same time. So pair of size C Kodak batteries, what we're going to do is pop it into the battery compartment, test it out with the batteries, and then later on test it out using the mains power supply. So just like that, batteries in there. And obviously it's not turned on yet, so what we can do is flip the switch at the rear to the on position, and you heard that click there. And then I'll bring it up close as I turn the rotation mode knob. And as you can see here, it's a very, very quiet operation there. And it's powered or motorized using a Mabuchi motor, known for its quiet operation and very high reliability. So this is the first mode, the clockwise mode. Second mode goes counterclockwise. So in the first two modes, they turn for 2 minutes, rest for 6, and then it repeats. So obviously first mode does clockwise, second mode does counterclockwise. Mode 3 does them both, so it does mode 1 and then mode 2, and then it repeats. And then the fourth and final mode, all the way to the right, what it does, it rotates clockwise for 5 minutes and then counterclockwise for another 5, and then it does so for 3 hours, and then it rests for 9 hours and then repeats again. So 4 modes of operation, and obviously this watch winder is capable of turning in both directions. So as you can hear, the motor is audible. That's because the lid is open. But if I were to put the lid down, you can barely hear any sound coming from the watch winder. I'll just set it down. So this is in the first mode, 2 minutes of clockwise, and then it changes or rests for 6 minutes, and then it repeats. Obviously, we're not going to wait around for that. So let's do something else. Let's go ahead and stop it in the off position and pull out the cushions or pillows. So nice black pillows. And of course, let's put some watches on them. So I do have a Rolex GMT-Master 2 here, reference 116710 BLNR. So what we're going to do is pop it onto the pillow, just like that. So this is a fully linked watch at the maximum width or extension. And let's pop it into the watch winder. As you can see, a nice fit there. And let's put another watch in there. So another GMT-Master 2, same reference. And this time around, this watch has a link removed from it, or the bracelet. So obviously it is going to sit or clamp down on the cushion nice and tightly. Get the camcorder to focus right there. Okay, pop it in to the slots. So as you can see, plenty of space between the two watches. And the case size for both of these watches is 40 millimeters. Alright, so let's turn it on and see how we go with the lid open. So remember, it is being powered by two size C batteries. And let me just stop it for 1 second. Make sure that I've set them into the slots properly. That's fine. And let's put the lid down. And then bring it up close, so you have a better view of the watches rotating and any sound or noise that the watch winder makes. So very, very quiet. Turning with two stainless steel watches. And of course, let's try the opposite direction for now, which is counterclockwise. So they're happily turning in their slots in the counterclockwise or anti-clockwise rotation. Alright, and let me stop it in the right position. There we go. And then bring it up close. So you can see what's what and the kind of placement that they have right next to each other. Okay, and now we can obviously have to be a bit careful with this, or mindful. Pop out the batteries and now power it with the mains power supply and see what that's like. So two size C batteries out. And let's pop the power adapter DC plug into the rear, just like that, of the Loveness double automatic watch winder, and then plug the power adapter into the mains power supply. And then what we can do is, of course, turn it on. So let me just set the watch winder nicely. And let's go ahead and turn it on. So once again, turn it on into the first mode and just giving you an idea of the sound once again. And obviously that watch is a little bit loose. The reason for that is because it is fully linked, as in on the bracelet has a full-size link with no links removed. So the cushion might be a little bit too small when it comes to a watch like that, with a bracelet like that being fully linked for a very, very large wrist. But nonetheless, you can see that the watch winder is happily turning away or rotating, and it does so very quietly, and it'll be near silent with the lid down as it should be. So just showing you the differences in terms of the sound level or noise level. So very quiet running watch winder right there. Give you a close-up view. And it's a little bit funny to see that larger bracelet watch just slipping about or tossing about slightly, but still it is very snug in its slot, so it's not going to fall out or anything like that, because the cushions fit very tightly in their slots. So over there, as it stopped, reason why it stopped is because it will stop for 6 minutes in this mode before carrying on for another 2 minutes and then repeating. So let's just make sure to turn it off before we remove the watches, so you can hear that it is very snug in its slot, so nothing to worry about. Okay, let's turn on to the fourth mode, see it rotate just for a few moments, even though we're not going to wait 5 minutes before watching it turn the other direction. So that's the Loveness double automatic watch winder. Thanks for watching and happy winding!